There are many different ways to join your granny squares out there, but this join-as-you-go method definitely holds a special place in my crocheter's heart. In this video, I will show you how to join the daisy squares, but this method works just as well for any square design with a solid last round where you want to have a nice clean join. It's a method I use for most of my solid granny square projects and almost exclusively for my miniature blankets. So if you dread making tiny blankets because of the thought of sewing the squares together with the tiniest of needles, you're going to love this method. If this is your first video in my daisy blanket series, I invite you to watch the previous videos where I take you step by step through the construction of the blanket and how to make your own daisy granny squares. I've linked all the videos in the description, so be sure to check them out. Without further ado, let's start joining some squares. The first square is the easiest and a no-brainer. Just follow the instructions in my previous video on how to make a daisy square and you are ready to go. The second square is slightly different. Start working the fourth round of your daisy square as before, but stop after completing first two sides, with 2 double crochets in the corner space. Here's where the magic starts. You will begin to join each stitch you make to the corresponding stitch of the first square. Start with chain 1. Pull your stitch a bit and remove the hook. Slip it through the chain 2 corner space of your first square from front to back. Put the loop back on your hook and pull it through the corner space. Yarn over and draw it to the loop to complete the slip stitch. Without removing your hook from the loop, find the first double crochet of the first square and insert your hook as usual. Now continue as you would normally do for a double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook into the corner chain space of your second granny, pull the yarn through the corner space and then the first 2 loops on your hook. After this step, you should have 4 loops on your hook. Pull your yarn through all 4 loops to complete the stitch. Now repeat the same steps as for the previous double crochet. Insert hook into the next stitch. Tighten the loop, yarn over and insert hook into the corner space. Pull yarn through first 2 loops, yarn over and pull through all 4 loops to complete the stitch. Now do the same for all the double crochets until you reach the chain 2 corner space. I will speed up the video a bit and meet you at the corner. To complete the corner, work 2 double crochets into the corner space, attaching them to the corresponding stitches of the first square. Just look at how beautiful and braid-like this connection looks. You're almost done. It's time to finish the last side of the square. Chain 1, 2 double crochets in the corner, and 1 double crochet in each stitch until you reach the corner. Make 2 double crochets in the corner, chain 2 and finish the round by slip stitching to the top of the starting chain 3. Stretch the join a little to even out the stitches, and you're done joining your first 2 squares. If you are following my daisy blanket pattern, I like to start joining squares from the bottom left corner. If you want to add more squares to the row, just repeat the steps for square 2. To start the next row, attach your 3rd square following the same instructions as square 2, but when you reach the corner where all 3 squares meet, attach it to the opposite square corner. Here you can see that I started my 3rd granny with completing 1 side instead of 2, like the previous square. I went with just 1 side to make sure the end would be on the outside edge of the blanket. There's not much difference, just my preference. Attach it with a slip stitch to the opposite square corner and complete the last side like you did before. Make 2 double crochets in the corner, chain 2 and finish the round by slip stitching to the top of the starting chain 3. You have just added a 3rd square to your blanket. Now it's time for the 4th square, where you will join not 1 but 2 sides of it to other squares. I started this square with only 1 side completed to make sure that when you finish the round and cut the yarn, the end will be sticking out the only free corner. It will make working over your end so much easier. Follow the same instructions as before to join the first side of the square, and I will meet you at the corner. Work 2 double crochets in the corner and then attach the square by slip stitching into the opposite corner. It can get a bit tricky, so take your time. Follow the same instructions as before to join the second side of the square. Be sure to insert your hook into the first double crochet or your join will be off and you'll have to redo it. Now that you have reached the corner with one of the loose ends, I will show you how to weave it in as you go. This will make a huge difference the more squares you use in your project and will keep the number of ends you have to weave in with a needle to a minimum. Keep your working yarn and the end together when you make your yarn over for the double crochet. This will hide the end and anchor it for a better hold. You should now have 4 loops on your hook. When you pull the yarn through the loops on the hook for the first time, make sure you pull it through the first 3 loops and then finish your double as usual. Now work your double crochets as usual, but be sure to work over the end as you go to hide it. Chain 2 and finish the round by slip stitching to the top of the starting chain 3. You have just finished joining your 4th square and have learned all the skills necessary to grow your daisy blanket, 1 square at a time. Before I give you tips on how to make your blanket bigger, let's take a moment to appreciate this lovely join. Some people prefer a smooth and invisible seam, but I like the touch of character it gives to a blanket. If you want to make a full-size blanket, or its mini version, you will need more than 4 squares to make it. The first square is easy, just work the last round as you normally would. Use the instructions for the second square to add more squares to the first row. Work the first square of each row the same way you added the third square. And you will get a lot of practice joining 2 sides of your square because you will use it for all the remaining squares. Each blanket needs a matching border, and I think I found one that perfectly matches the cuteness of the daisy squares. In the next video, I will show you how to add extra rounds to your entire blanket and adjust the number of stitches to perfectly match the lace border pattern. Then I will take you step by step through crocheting my all-time favorite border pattern, which I use on almost all of my blankets. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.